Coswex Invoker with the Spirit Vessel.
No, you're right.
Enigma is okay.
Ooh.
I mean, maybe not the biggest set hero of all time, but there's no BKB cancel just yet. It allows you to push very early to get a lead. It can actually bully in the lane some.
But if you pick Enigma and you don't win that lane hard, like what does Enigma do in this game without a BKB?
I mean, what does any hero do in this game? Like, they have
excellent question on the panel. OG.
I mean, Enigma is kind of the all-in push pick though too.
I don't know. I feel like you need some hero who can fight with this Coswex Invoker, right? Because we're assuming like typical Invokers, what you go ahead and do is, all right, an Axe. That's good. That's good.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So here's the problem. They don't play this X-Sword Invoker, right? You play this X-Sword Invoker, you pick a Nyx Assassin, or you pick a Centaur War Runner. You go across the map, you blink, you stun, you Sunstrike, wow, gold. But Coswex Invoker, he needs someone who can actually go out and fight with him in this early mid-game. And so the Axe will be the answer here for Seb. Definitely like it. Good pairing with the IO and available for some cheeky creep. But I keep saying cheeky, but you know, the creep cutting is very good.
Well, that's what I was kind of wondering with this last pick. Like, you need an IO partner. You want to have good, strong lanes. And it also gives you a Morphling solution. If he's playing on too much Agi, you get that blink pull with Blade Mail, you can blow him up.
You can, but I tell you what, it has the same problem as the Centaur, that the animation on that Berserker's call is pretty long.
Well, OG have made their call here in the draft. We're just waiting for PSG LGD to answer the call with the very last pick here for Game 4.
This could be your match point hero.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
baby. Wow.
Okay. The Bloodseeker makes a return. We have all 10 heroes lined up. I mean, we talk so much about what OG can do. They're showing us some ideas here that they're going back to the roots. What are your thoughts, gentlemen?
Thompson needs to have the game of his life.
All right, Thompson needs the game of his life. Well, this is the moment to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for Game 4. We'll have a chance to hear from Casey and the coach of PSG LGD.
357 and Helen, once again, thank you so much. Now, how do you feel about OG's draft?
他们的阵容前面输出有点低吧，然后节奏很依赖卡尔，然后觉得比较一般。
Well, for their draft, they lack damage in the early game, and they depend on the Invoker for their tempo controlling. I think it's pretty average. And how do you feel about your draft? 你的阵容呢？
我觉得我这个阵容如果线上能处理好点，应该没什么问题。
If we have good lanes, we're good. Good luck. Best of luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great to hear some insight as we get ready for Game 4. PSG LGD playing to lift up the Aegis after one more win as OG tries to make a comeback run. We'll return to our casters, Odie, Merlini, and Fob.
Thank you very much. Yes, Game 4 now between PSG LGD and OG as PSG LGD lead the charge in this best of 5, 2-1. Can they do it here? Is this the TI winning game, boys? We're seeing again OG trying something a little different. There's the Axe, another hero that people just aren't playing, but they're bringing it out here on their potential knockout game of the TI8 Grand Finals.
Such confidence, right? Like they just lost with Chet, they just lost with PL, and they just lost with Invoker. They're like, doesn't matter. We're gonna stick with our comfort, try to just play our own game. And I like that they're at least sticking to their guns.
And LGD's coach seems super confident. He's just like, yeah, no problem. I'm very happy with the draft.
So what sort of the panel talks about this offlaner, this Axe that gets picked up. They were looking for a hero that sort of offers some sort of a disable. Do you think this was sort of the best option? Were there sort of other things that you're a little surprised that OG didn't prioritize over going for the Axe?
I don't know if I can think anything just straight up off the top of my head. Can't remember all the bans and everything, but it's a hero that we just don't see. It's a hero we just don't see often for good reason.
I think Brew will destroy him in the team fight. You can cycle him and use it. Yeah. He won't be able to get back in position. You can even cycle him during the Blade Mail call if he's prepared. And yeah, he's going to do very well in lane, I would say. And he is a decent partner with the Wisp, but he struggles a lot in the mid game.
Yeah, and even versus the Tusk too, right? In a lot of situations, if the Tusk is in a good spot, you can get the snowball saves over and over again. So yeah, we'll see how it can work out for them, but I do feel like in the lane, this Axe, of course, will put on a good amount of pressure.
And we'll see how well Chalice is able to deal with that down there on the bottom, and what sort of lanes we do see from PSG LGD if they want to send down a support down there, or if they're going to just sack that bottom lane and leave Chalice alone.
Some friendly tipping going, some nice exchange coming out there. As we do see, of course, Enchantress also. X-Nova playing the support Enchantress. Not something we see so often, but we have seen it relegated to that role, especially from OG.
How many chickens have died in this spot?
Got to be careful. Looks like X-Nova's not going to be patient enough. The courier's starting to move up, but he's headed away from that middle lane as he'll look towards the top, as it seems, to join forces with FY and Arme, making sure that the Morphling can find the farm against Anna's PL in this safe lane. At the same time, TP up from Jax to join in, tethers across to Anna. And this mid lane, this will certainly be the one to watch. We saw Thompson Invoker already once here in this grand finals, and it did not have a good time. But top lane, the shards from FY out, trapping up Jax and Notel, but Jax has got the regen. Penitence from Notel onto FY will force back the Tusk. But this mid lane matchup, should this go better for Thompson than it did when he played against Somnus' Kunkka?
Yeah, there's no way for him to kill the Fort Spear super easily, so he can actually use it this time. And I mean, he shouldn't get destroyed like last time.
It's really going to be dependent on the side lanes, right? Like if those side lanes start dropping low as soon as this Bloodseeker hits level 3, that's when you can start getting ran down very easily as an Invoker. Even with you have your Fort Spirits and everything up, it's very difficult because that movement speed that you have. You have 282, and this Bloodseeker is going to be moving, for the most part, above 320 in this laning phase. I am a bit concerned for Thompson, but he has to be able to work really well around this Fort Spirit.
Already these early levels, Somnus playing the lane perfectly in its aggression. 8 for 3 against their 3 for 1 on these early levels in that mid 1v1 matchup.
They've got Jerax low already. X-Nova though.
Jerax sort of baiting them in. X-Nova's got the fairy fire. Jerax, he will fall, but not before they get the kill on X-Nova himself. FY also potentially in trouble. Anna comes across. FY does still have a snowball. Potentially unlikely to save him as Anna. Surely wants to still chase, and indeed rushes forward. There's Jax with the tether. He's got the snowball to dodge the Spirit Lance at least, but FY very low. Actually gets taken down there. All right, the blast from Notel's Satire Tormentor. So OG getting themselves a second kill up top.
But all those creeps out of the tower with no one farming them, they actually have a double wave on the side of OG going into LGD's tower. So yeah, they lost tower and they lost Aether and they lost First Blood, but I think it's actually working out quite well for them.
And we're seeing what pretty much is expected as well down on the bottom lane at the moment. Seb having that favorable matchup. 21 for 0 against the 10 for 1.
He's just creep cutting and pulling it into the jungle, so he's actually farming just a bit more than that Brewmaster. I like that Jerax instantly reacted and just went top. And let's see what they can do with this. They've got a triple wave coming under here too, so Ame might struggle a bit to get these last hits if Fuji plays aggressive, which they are immediately.
FY pops the shards out. Anna looking to get himself straight on top of Arme. Jerax is there with the tether onto Anna. Notel in trouble as the 3 of PSG LGD focus down the Chen and take the kill. Now with the snowball, they head over to Jerax as Anna. Jerax, they're potentially in trouble. The fair fire from Jerax, healing Anna up a little bit. Jerax trying to look for the body blocks. The nuke damage from Arme, not enough to kill off the PL as Jerax with the tether gets himself out as well. But mid indeed, Somnus diving in Thompson. He's got the cold snap. The tower heading into Somnus as well, but Somnus gets the final touch, gets the kill. He has got a fairy fire and stick charges as well if needed. He doesn't even need to. The Tango regen enough as Somnus gets the solo kill. Whoa! He's got his sunglasses on today.
Just too much pressure coming out up top right now. It's really hurting Thompson's lane. This Bloodseeker's almost level 5 to a level 3 Invoker.
Yeah, Thompson's just really struggling with the CS too. Yeah. Playing Blade, the Blood Rage is not enough. I mean, he does like the Pause Wex, but really struggling with the early phases in the game.
It's just, he's sitting at like 100 damage or more on the Bloodseeker, not even including the Quelling Blade. So Thompson walks up, actually gets caught by the Blood Rage.
He does. He walks into the Blood Rage. Now Somnus is just looking to chase him down as, oh no! Thompson making a huge mistake in that middle lane. Top lane, Notel will go down. Xana, they're going to fight back, trying to chase down FY. They get the Satire Tormentor blast. The Spirit Lance as well as FY will fall. OG get a trade up top. But that middle lane indeed at Thompson, it looked like he felt that he could move up the ramp out of the Blood Rite in time. But it kicks in, and Somnus in that middle lane, keeping that edge once again against the Thompson Invoker, but this time on the Bloodseeker instead of that Kunkka from earlier.
I feel like I've seen this a few times where the Invokers struggle a lot for Bloodseeker because he has very little boost. He has 0 points of Wex, and he has no boots. He's actually looking like he might be going for a kill early, so...
And that's with the Bloodseeker not even having boots yet. The Bloodseeker just has 50 movement speed over you at all times. And I don't know if Thompson can play in this lane. They're just going to go and kill him once more instantly as soon as he shows back up. And right away, he doesn't have TP.
Yeah, FY is in for the side. He's got a double damage rune as well. FY's there in underneath the tower, punching down Thompson. Thompson falls once again. Jerax comes in with the tether across. They try to find something to respond, but Jerax, he's in trouble. He will live. They get the kill. FY, he'll go down as well. So OG able to strike back in that mid lane with the rotation, getting the double kill for Nova. Walks in and gets the easiest kill of his life there onto Jerax. As they will find a trade Chalice as well, looking for this wraparound. He's got level 6, does have Primal Split available. CP back in from Thompson with the Primal Split ready to go. He looks towards Thompson underneath the tower. Thompson, he needs help, and he needs it now. Has he got any way of playing his way out of this one? He's only got points in Quasi Exhaust, so no escape for Thompson. As the walk around gang from Chalice with that Primal Split successful. It's even more than successful. It's brilliant. Double kill for Chalice. As he just walks over to mid as soon as he hits 6 and gets that play off.
What a great off-lane player that is. If you try and contest that, you're going to get destroyed. So he gets level 6 when the Invoker is level 4. And it's just grueling at this point.
They're taking the tower already too. So they're going to have access into the enemy jungle. They're going to have access into OG's jungle where Thompson is going to have to go to the jungle to try to catch back up here. He's level 4.
Oh man, a lot of weight is going to be on Seb. He's had this bottom lane, he's got good levels, and he's got decent farm too. He's top of the net worth this game, very close to having the Blink Dagger on top of the Ring of Health. But TPs are heading down. Somnus seeing if we can find the Rupture. Seb, he goes to farm. That's going to give time for Somnus to close the gap, get the Rupture. He's still pretty beefy, but is he beefy enough? I don't think so. The shards around, trapping him in. The spin though, the taunt, the Sunstrike. Seb, he gets the dunk off. The snowball save wasn't in time. And Jerax, he's in with the tether. OG, they're turning this one around. They look to run down FY. FY with the snowball. The shards already used. There's no way to escape, or maybe the Jukes. Is it enough? Oh, it is. Seb, he gets smoked. He can't get the dunk off. FY will survive.
Oh, that's his Blink Dagger right there.
But a very neat little play there from Seb, being able to hold his ground. The Sunstrike, the dunk just before FY could get that snowball save off. It almost looked like the Bloodseeker was brought into the snowball, but at the same time getting that dunk off Seb.
He's actually decided to go for the Vanguard instead.
Oh, despite having the money.
Yeah, just wanted to tank up a bit more, I guess.
I mean, as we saw in situations like that where he's getting beaten down by the Bloodseeker, it certainly will have that extra bit of time for Jerax to come in with those sort of plays.
He's still going to get that Blink at a very fast time, and they're going to really need him to make plays all around the map, because we already see PL's getting outfarmed a bit by the Morphling. The Bloodseeker to the Invoker comparison is crazy. And I mean, Chalice has a Blink already, so he's going to be the one making tons of moves around the map, and Sebastian has to match it.
This Bloodseeker certainly going to become a big issue unless Seb can come in with the plays.
Thompson's, he's full committed on Exord for now. He is 3 points in, not having any in Wex.
Arme has to be careful there. They do have those deep wards down, and he was walking around on 1 HP. So he has to be aware of the Sunstrike potential coming from Thompson. Seb down bottom. He's getting hunted, but he's out with the TP. Back up towards the shrine. Gives him a tip on the way out as well. So it's better luck next time. As PSG LGD are now in position though to push down on the bottom lane. Chalice not quite got the mana for the Primal Split. He does now with the bottle charges, so he's ready to go, ready to fight if OG do head down bottom. But it's top lane in fact where Anna and Jerax are placed, and it looks like OG are unlikely to come down to here, at least before Seb has his Blink Dagger finished.
OG's not able to really set up to push towers too well. They've got a Chen. They want to be able to take some more building advantage versus LGD's lineup, but it's LGD constantly knocking on their buildings.
And they're also under leveled on the side of OG, really struggling. That Invoker just hit level 6, Chen's still level 4, as is the IO.
So much weight going to be in this Axe's shoulders. Find play after play around the map. The thing is that that's the one thing that they can do, right? If once that Axe gets Blink Dagger, the way to get Thompson back in the game is Sunstrike kills. He has to get the last hits with that Sunstrike.
And it is really quick iron timing from Seb. 9 minutes in, he's going to have the Blink Vanguard done. So he really does have to make something happen with this. If he's unable to do something with this timing, it's going to cost the team a lot. They prioritize giving Seb that safe lane on the bottom, where he's been able to farm up 9 minutes in, Blink and Vanguard. He has to make the plays happen now.
And there's also smoke on the courier, so they can immediately go for that and see what their target is. Brewmaster looks like he's in a pretty good position to break it, just in case. But They're eyeing up maybe in the mid lane.
Top Anna, Jarek's heading over, but Chalice, he's in, he's ready for the counterplay, post the primer split. Anna and Jarek's in a lot of trouble as Jarek's gets focused down by the primer split. They've got the snowball in onto Anna, back up his inbound. Seb, he's on the side, can he look for the play, jumps in, gets the call, the Sunstrike down as well as Anna's back in, they get the dunk off, they'll kill off FY, but now Anna and Seb, they've got to somehow get out of it. Ame into the Axe Form, manages to punch down Anna, Seb's in trouble too, he looks for another call off, can he get the spins, that's the question. Jarek's comes in, he's giving him the regen and the spins, the dunk, Seb gets the second, he finds the double kill, as Jarek's will be fine, and so will Seb. Seb gets sent back by Notel, and TP's back in straight away. He wants to keep this fight going. We'll see if he finds another opportunity to get another blink off. Tries to go for X-Nova, but X-Nova just out of range still. The Spirits hitting into him. They'll chase down. Do they have the damage to burst him? The Culling Blade just enough to bring him down, so he gets bursted by the Sunstruck. OG certainly showing signs of being able to utilize this axe to take the fights against PSG LGD.
Some small signs of life. Thompson, thankfully, actually like that. That dunk is great. Sure, he doesn't get the last hit, but it gives it to the Invoker. He needs to get these kills to catch back up in levels in particular. Because the gold wasn't so much that the Invoker got, but it's all about getting levels up on this hero right now.
Yeah, exactly what Seb needed to do to push his team back in the game. And now Invoker feels comfortable enough to go for that Midas and another death on the Morphling side too. I'm not exactly sure what he was an axe. He was as axe and then just got obliterated. I don't know if it like ran out by duration, but
yeah, it did look like he didn't shift back into his into Morphling in time. He just Seb caught him off guard, I guess. So we have 2,500 gold on Samus. He hasn't quite picked anything up just yet. Maybe wanting to decide if he wants to be the one that goes for the Radiance. Because I did see Chalice queued up earlier, but I think they're kind of debating who's going to get it at a better timing versus this Phantom Lancer.
yeah, I'm not really sure what Bloodseeker goes for here. Blade Mail is so-so, but I think the axe is just causing him tons of issues.
That's right, they got the call off Chalice. It's going to be fine though. FY's in with the snowball, buying time. Now Chalice looks to turn towards Jarek's. Jarek's is going to relocate back on his second event. They get the call, they get the kill. They get the dunk off onto Chalice, they get the dunk off onto the Nova.
And up top.
Oh, they're finding more maybe. Jarek's Hand of God keeps it safe for now. Somnus is back in, finishing off the kill, but Seb jumps in, has the call. Have they got the damage? Yes, they do. Sebastian Debs up and down the map, getting these kills, making it happen with the Axie 601, utilizing that 9-minute Blink Dagger and Vanguard to perfection.
He is coming in so clutch. During all this, Thompson is just sitting in the triangle of the dire jungle, farming, while Sebastian just runs around and makes play after play after play. They bring back the relocate with that axe top, and it seems like it catches LGD a little bit off guard.
And with this space, as you say, he's very close to the Midas, Thompson.
Yep. Level 9, Bloodseeker level 11, quite a recovery.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared for the cores of LGD now. I mean, looks like Bloodseeker going for the Shadow Blade, maybe potentially a Silver Edge later, but it's still going to be very tough. They kind of just have to ignore this axe and hope that the Brewmaster finds him before he can get that jump.
$2K lead now for OG. We say with that Midas on tops, and as long as they can keep making the space for him, he's going to be able to farm at a pace that will allow him to catch back up with the cores of PSG LGD.
On OG, they have a lot of ways. With the axe, they have so many ways. It's actually like a team fighter and also a pickoff hero. While on LGD, their team fight is pretty reliant on the Brewmaster having his ulti up. Besides that, they're just a lot about pickoffs. So OG does have a little bit of a window here with this level 13 axe.
The reveal of Insomnus, straight in onto Anna. Anna's got the doppelganger, gets himself out of the Bloodbright, goes for the TP away, but the snowball's there from FY. Quick uppercut to finish up Anna at the same time down bottom. They get the call, the Sunstrike. It does not look like it's nearly enough damage though to bring him down as the stick charges come out, and so do the TPs. The counterplay being looked for Chalice, trying to find Seb. Seb is going to blink up in a second, and does it get off? The clap was there. Chalice able to cancel the blink, but Jarek's comes through. Seb trying to fight back. He's got the call. Can he get the spins off in time into the dunk? The stick charges though. Keep Chalice safe. Allow him to get the split off at the same time in the jungle. FY and Ame, they found Notel. They'll be able to pick off the Chen to the side as Ame in the Axon gets the call, controlling Notel. The Cyclone from Chalice throwing Seb up. But they won't look to fight into him anymore. Seb will be fine. Just Notel to fall there off the back of that play. But both cores again of LGD keeping themselves alive. They Chalice with the clutch stick play there as he was very close to getting burst down by the Culling Blade.
Looks like they're trying to set up on top, some on top.
Ame going for it early Morbid Mass so he can stay sustained in that. And also later on he could build onto a very useful item versus that axe. Because you expect that the axe is going to have a blade mail pretty early in this game. And Morphling very susceptible to a blink axe.
That's the bait play. They get the call. Onto the two of them. Seb jumps in. The stun strikes down. The stun as well. The micro play. They've got the lockdown onto both of them. Somnus falls as well. No tail with his army of creeps. Holding them down, getting the 2 kills.
They just can't fight into Seb right now. He's everywhere. He's got bounties. He's all around the map with a relocate. And every time they fight into him, they will just lose.
And that blade mail's getting dangerously close as well for Seb.
He can kill the Bloodseeker as well as the Morphling pretty much any time that he fights them around the map with his blade mail.
And they just don't have enough damage from him. Like, he's not going to be running around with Rupture, and Enchantress isn't going to be hitting him when he has the blade mail on. Morphling doesn't have enough items, so he's still going to be a threat for some time to come. And Brewmaster ult is very long cooldown relative to how often Seb can initiate it.
FY, he's going to be drawn back very, very far there. Seb blinks away as FY now surrounded as the relocate comes through. Anna and Jerax in to pick up the kill on FY.
4K gold advantage, a 6,000 experience advantage, and this is just OG running around his 3 or 4 heroes, while Thompson is so happy now.
He's climbing back into the game.
Recovered.
He absolutely has. He's now level with the farm of Ame's Bloodseeker, and down bottom again, Seb finding the opening to make these plays happen as Somnus found out in the jungle. Seb 7-0-4 on his axe.
And he wants to keep going. Ame shown his face in mid. It starts to strength more. Call off the line.
Space is there for them to push down on this tier 1 mid. TP coming in from Chalice. He's got the Primal Split available. Ame looking to kick the fight off. Waveforms forward. Chalice jumps in with the clap. Holding off on the Primal Split for now. Now lets it out. Seb tries for the call, but the Primal Split's already there. X-Nova with a wraparound. The impetus onto No Tail. No Tail's gone. Cyclone sending Seb out of the fight at the moment. Up into the air. Ame in the F tries to surround, but Seb gets the blink off. Away from Ame. The shards are down. Seb tethered up by Jerax. Seb walking back in. Tries for the call. FY goes for the snowball across towards Jerax. But now the TP. Thompson's in, looks for the combo onto Ame, but Ame's back into the Morphling, starts to attribute shift back into strength. FY uppercut on Thompson, Jerax tethers across, keeping this man alive as Anna, running herself away from Chalice. Chalice trying to find Jerax as Jerax is into the trees. We've got Seb as well, looking for Somnus, but Somnus has the damage. They're on top of Jerax. Somnus gets the triple kill, maybe even more as Anna now all alone. No Tail's trying to come across to help him. Anna turning towards Nova. He's stuck in there with him as Anna will possibly find Nova. He does. He's going to have Doppelganger back up in a second, but the Blood Bright, is it there in time? It's not. Doppelganger's back up. He could jump out. Looks towards Chalice. Spirit Lance finishes Chalice off. Anna gets another. Somnus did find No Tail, but Anna's still going. Can Somnus kill it? The Doppelganger's there. Anna trying to phantom rush himself away, but Somnus able to change the diffuser blade on Somnus over FY with the shards. Shoves an Igloo into the backside of Anna as he takes him down.
What a comeback there from LGD from the start of the fight. Pretty interesting stuff to point out too. I saw Chalice jump. You saw he hesitated on his ulti. He actually killed the creep, hit level 12, skilled up the Primal Split, so when he went in, he actually had the higher level of the ult, so he got a Cyclone in the backlines on the Phantom Lantern, delayed the fight a bit, but Anna showed up with that defuse ult, got a couple kills, but Somnus, the big winner in that fight, cleaning up almost everybody.
He killed Thompson as soon as he showed. Thompson, yeah, he's farmed, but he still has no defensive items. He just gets ruptured and run down by this Bloodseeker, and Somnus wasn't able to run around the backlines with the Shadow Blade. He had.
Let's see if they can make something happen with this smoke play. Seb is in onto Nova with the Sunstrike. It's the burst damage enough. It's more than enough.
Max Exort.
As they're now set up to push onto that tier 1 tower mid, OG. Taking the one down bottom. And they should be able to find this one too. Primal Split is up if Chalice wants to look to join to the fight. But they'll let that one go, PSG LGD, as OG claim the tower.
I think they're going to wait until the Bloodseeker has BKB in particular for the next fights, because when he has that, he's going to have so much more freedom to take out the IO, go for the backlines onto the Invoker, and not have to worry so much about that PL. He still really has to watch out for Seb on that axe, though.
They're relocating around a little bit, just using it to push out the lanes. Jerax was in the jungle, but they're forcing out the lanes a lot so that Axe does have these opportunities while LGD are still farming for the BKBs. Morphling is also, he did have it queued up, but it looks like he's actually going for a Diffusal next.
I'm good to see a replay on this once more. Again, sort of the issue when Somnus is enabled in terms of being able to just run rampant around the fights as he did, getting that triple kill. And Anna does a very good job, of course, of picking some kills up in return. But at the end of the day, the Bloodseeker is just too strong at this stage of the game, and if they cannot burst him, get that jump on him to start the fight off.
Took out half of those health in one hit.
There they go. FY looking to lead him pretty deep here with the snowball onto Thompson. Chalice jumps forward as well. They're trying to burst him, but Thompson gets the tornado, the MP out as well, but Chalice is already there with the primal split. So he can stand his ground and finish off the Invoker.
Next couple of minutes, though, will be a good time for them to fight. I think without the Brewmaster there, the Cyclone, the Axe, I think that Seb will be able to destroy them in the fights. So this is a pretty good window for them if they want to try and force an objective. I'm still curious about that Diffusal pickup with Morphling. I guess maybe he's planning on replicating into the Phantom Lancer for a lot of these fights.
Very quick snowball by FY. FY actually has a Blink Dagger finished up on himself, so they actually have a pretty good way to counter that Axe call now in the fights for LGD. But right now, without Primal split down, I do think it is OG's time to try to make some moves and capitalize on LGD while they're split up.
They've got to try and find that Blink call before the BKB is popped by Somnus, as he is ready with it. Xana getting spaced down bottom, only Arme down here to keep tabs on him. But a very close game, 21 to 19, 21 minutes in. Less than a 1K advantage for OG, as they did get ahead after recovering the lanes, but now PSG LGD catching back up.
They're starting on Roche right now. It's not the easiest Roche, but Nato does have the Medallion of Courage, but yeah, they use the Brewmaster ulti to secure their Invoker kill. But if you're trading that for an Aegis, I think that's well worth it for OG, but certainly LGD aren't going to let it go down in that fight.
OG will jump in, they get the call onto Xnova, the MP down as well as Thompson moves him the combo. Xnova does get the heal off and is able to back away. Now starts throwing impetus in onto Seb. The tornado is going to be blocked off by Somnus. With the BKB, another call comes out from Seb. The Sunstrike from Thompson did find the kill on Xnova. The send back on Seb, keeping him safe. Seb back to base, TP's back towards the shrine immediately. As OG, they're a member up, and Anna, he's on top of Somnus. The BKB, of course, now worn off, but they'll find Somnus as well. A double kill for Thompson as OG take a successful fight around the pit. They're at a 74% win probability now on Dota Plus, as OG, with those kills, go back towards the Roshan. There's a regen room waiting here for them as well, as this Roche will go their way. OG regaining that lead that they created.
I love how adamant Seb was about just making the fight happen, right? They know the Primal split is down. They saw Morphling down bottom, split pushing too, so they're like, we have to make a fight happen so that they can't actually zone us out of this Roche pit in this time when we've got our window. LGD, they're just very dependent on this Primal split steal here for the fights. As it looks like it's going to be a Radiance, as we were mentioning earlier, for Chalice to deal with that PL illusions.
Yeah, Thompson's more than online with the Axe. It's been up for a couple minutes. Axe also going for that Shadow Blade so he can get more pickoffs around the map. I mean, BKB is not super great versus the Axe, so that's one of my primary concerns with the course of LGD. Especially if you have Blood Rage on you. That's a scary part if you're Somnus.
So, as you say, I'll be interested to see how this works out for the Morphling. With the Diffusal Blade complete, not something that we see every day, but sort of, as you theory crafted, Ben, something that maybe he's looking to utilize in the fights when he takes over, sort of control of becoming the Phantom Lancer.
That's the best reason I can think of.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I can see. That's a very good call back.
I mean, it's also good for him to try and eliminate the IO early on. He doesn't have a Glimmer Cape, but it's still going to be pretty tough with this Morphling. Especially with that BKB, he's very susceptible to the Invoker.
It can also allow him like set up some kills alone, right? If he does find anybody straggling around in the side lanes, he can pick them off with that Diffusal easily.
They're hunting. Waveform TP keeps Arme safe though. He's out of the jungle.
Yep, now the Shadow Blade is going to be complete on Seb, and I think the Manta Style is also coming out for Phantom Lancer, so two big items, and with his Aegis, this is their time to shine. It doesn't even matter if Brewmaster has his ultimate. I don't think they're strong enough to take him out right now, so yeah, just need to stall for a little bit, wait for that Radiance, get your farm up, maybe get a BKB up on the Morphling, and then you'll be in fighting shape.
Yeah, and fighting into OG just seems way too difficult, especially with Jerax, who's now level 15, has the tethered X bonus, and also has a full mech. So that's going to counteract a lot of the damage that LGD is already lacking in their fights right now.
So definitely just don't want to fight. They have a very good ward set up on the side of LGD. They have 4 spread out throughout the map, and unless OG are willing to commit a couple of smokes, I don't see them getting any huge pickoffs right here or huge objectives after a fight.
OG's got good momentum pushing in on every single lane. We even have the Axe illusions cutting some waves too. All three lanes pushing in onto LGD's side right now. As OG, they're spamming those chat whales. They're getting like, into it now.
They're feeling it. Absolutely. Another tower taken by OG.
Oh, Seb is on the prowl immediately too.
Wow. How did it? Oh, they have a reward over there. I was wondering how he saw that coming.
So yeah, takes the morph duration as well on that morphling, as we've been seeing a lot of players. Well, the few players that do play morphling still have been doing. Full Manta, Diffusal, and that Aegis on Ana. He is feeling very confident. He commits forward onto X-Nova.
Oh, with the Sunstrike down, it doesn't matter. They are going to be able to duke it out here with the Snowball. Ana still trying to fight forward. He's feeling confident with the Aegis. Tornado will slip onto X-Nova, but he's got the heal out and he'll be fine. Ana has been ruptured now, needs the backup. Jarek's in with the tether. Ana with the doppelganger dodging the blood bright. As OG will be more than fine.
There's so much burst steel coming out.
Yeah.
With the tether and the hand of God, and then the mech.
Now looking for another tier 2 tower. OG really starting to overtake the map. This bottom lane, Seb, he's in. The call, there's no attribute shift in time. Arme can't react with that Shadow Blade blink initiation.
Power of that blade mail versus the morphing, but also he was getting hit by that huge sunstrike so early on.
He has no buyback here, so OG. Let's see if they can get anything more out of this one as they're into the base, chasing down X-Nova. X-Nova being focused by Ana. The Illusion Army chasing him down, trapping him here in the trees as he'll fall. OG, they've found two. They're up onto the high ground looking at this tier 3 tower.
And look at this, they even used the Ag's tether on the Chen, so there's a Chen ancient there adding more health for them.
Oh, look at this push they've got going. As the Rax now in trouble, Chalice jumps in, does get the primal split out, finds Jerax. Jerax is gone, FY goes in with the uppercut. Ana trying to clean out some of these primal split illusions as Jerax will buy back. He's coming in with a relocate. Seb being focused, but they're killing the primal split. It's only just down to the up for the Wind Panda. The Wind Panda getting himself away from the fighters. He will still survive, but they've got the vision. Can he escape in time? Chalice! Oh! Nearly dies during the primal split, but Chalice will survive. OG, what's the plan now? Do they want to just get out of here? As Seb trying to get in position with his Shadow Blade. He's found Arme. Arme's in the peel at the moment as Arme just gets taken down. Dead for 50 seconds. Thompson being chased by Somnus. They've got the dust down Thompson as well. X-Nova picked up inside of the snowball. Thompson will fall. They'll find Ana too as LGD will hold despite Arme going down once again. Can they get Seb as well? Jerax is there at the side, but he does not have relocate available. There's no save for Seb.
Did he just hold that snowball until the Aegis finished?
Yeah.
What?
He waited that whole time for it to get. That was unbelievable. Oh my God.
And effectively at the end of the day, a full team wipe there by PSG LGD. X-Nova, he'll survive as well. They hold that middle lane. They may have lost to tier 3, but they keep those racks alive. They push OG back.
Coming in from Chalice and FY there. FY with the clutch snowball play there on that Aegis, of course. And Chalice, look at the damage he did in that fight. 6,600 because of that Radiance. Like you said, they were killing the primal split.
They were so close to killing it.
There was still one alive, so each time you kill one, the Radiance just keeps passing along to the next one over and over again, so he just keeps dealing all that damage in the fight.
I can't believe he survived.
I can't. Yeah, it was just so close to dying. What a turnaround by LGD, as it was a 7,500 gold lead for OG there, chunked down all the way to 2K, and the experience is now favoring LGD.
And they had a different way of dealing with the Axe this time, which was Rupture and just kind of leave him alone. He didn't really want to run around. He's not that tanky, especially when the Wisp is tethering up someone else. But this Diffusal choice, he got wrecked.
Yeah, he did.
I'm strong. I mean, you can understand, as you say, he wants to try and fight as the PL, but that of course leaves him very vulnerable to getting caught out by Seb's blink call initiation.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think if PL were like the trump card in this game, with no Axe and with very little AoE on the side of OG, it would have been a great choice. This time, I mean, there's not that many great items for him. I'm not really a big fan of BKB on him at this point in the game, but he does need to be able to not die with 1,000 HP.
I think he just stays morphed up very, very high strength, and then jump into the fights, turn into the PL, and then that's when he can just thrive off of it, because if he's staying low, like you said, he just dies over and over again to the call, Blade Mill, or even just some Sunstrike.
Smoke on smoke action. Here's LGD, wrap around along the river.
They've got level 18 on the brew, so level 3 primal split at the ready. Chalice on the high ground.
OG got that ward down in time, and that's going to set up for Seb to find the jump, and Fight comes in with the snowball save. Keeps his team alive for now. They're rolling to Seb. Seb gets the Blade Mill, now turns toward Chalice. Chalice, he gets the sprint off. Seb, he's gone down. Jerax now focused as well by PSG LGD. The chase from Somnus onto Notel into the trees, sets up for a double kill on the Bloodseeker, and Seb, he's been set up into the skies by Chalice's Cyclone. Seb gets the blink off, he's got the Shadow Blade 2, but they've already lost 3 on OG. The dust is out, it will clip Seb. They've got the stun control from the Mud Golem, stopping Chalice getting the blink through. As Seb will just escape there. FY with that save.
That's the snowball play. Chalice even got cold snapped, but just having that extra miss rate, he actually doesn't get that other one proccing on him, so he's able to get the primal split off. Unbelievable.
Every single team fight, FY and Chalice are just doing so much in terms of control.
Yeah, Thompson tried his best to stop that split from going up.
Yeah.
He realized exactly what was that was crazy.
Unreal.
So that's 2 times Brewmaster just narrowly escaped death. They were sitting right on top of Reservoir Ward. That was a double call coming out from Seb to start the fight. They thought that they had that one in the bag.
Yeah, it looked like the perfect initiation, right? But FY is just like, nope. That's why we have the Tusk. Those snowball saves, as we mentioned.
And now he has a Yules too. And this Yules is excellent versus the Axe. So
Look at this again. I mean, that ward,
Look at this beauty.
it looked perfect, but FY in with that save, taking them out of the combo. Thompson, it just set up for the follow-up. And again, as always, Chalice getting that split off just in time. And at that point, it was pretty much impossible for OG to take the fight back around in their favor. You see Seb buyback straight away, but he's already losing the rest of his team.
It looks like he didn't even have vision on Maybe there. He was shadow bladed up and was still able to get the call out on him. Just needed a tiny bit more burst.
And immediately, because of that play as well, you see PSG LGD de-warding that area of the map.
De-warding their whole side of the map even. They're just like, we do not want this Axe with Shadow
Look
Blade
how
to
many
get
sentries.
off. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 sentries placed around? X-Nova is like, I've got treads, I'm happy, I will buy sentries and observers.
That guy does not mess around. He still does a fair amount of damage too, only with his treads.
I mean, if he can also just even enchant a PL illusion, he can start his own army going in a lot of these fights too. We haven't seen happen too much, but...
They're trying really hard to kill these ancient creeps, but...
He gets out in time. The Dragon. This bottom. They want to fight this. They found FY. Seb. They're going to close the gap. The sun strikes down, but it's off the point. They'll still get the call off, though. Dragging FY back into the clutches of them as they find the Tusk.
It's still going to be tough for Seb, though. I think the Tusk was looking for enough gold to buy Shadow Blade. He's already very, very far into his Yules. It's pretty much a mandatory BKB call coming out from Max now when he started the fight. Forget about the snowball.
Seb.
Yeah, I mean, they need that BKB on the Axe now so that he doesn't get decycled before he gets those jumps off.
But even if he has a BKB, they can still get snowball. It's really hard for Seb right now, especially if FY continues to play the way he has been.
I think they have to find a way to get the back line. They have to find this Tusk in these fights while they do the initiation at the same time as the Axe. I think it's up to Thompson to really find that opportunity. It's very tough for him, though. Him and the PL have to try to cause some distraction so Seb can get that call off successfully.
Looks like Tusk is actually, he's swapped up his build. He wants to go for an Aeon Disc as opposed to a Shadow Blade that he just had him quick by. Maybe just thinking along the same that you were. Fog. If they jump him, it might be over. Yeah,
this is going to be able to dispel it, and he's going to be able to still go for that opportunity too. Once that Aeon Disc procs, he can even get the blink off afterwards if they can't deal damage to him in time. Once it, since he can't take damage to an Aeon Disc.
I mean, as this game does go on, I mean, we're already at the 33-minute mark at the moment. Does one sort of lineup come out ahead in the late game in sort of your eyes?
Kind of hard to say because of how much work the Chalice is putting. I'd say probably LGD just because this Brewmaster's had such impeccable performance.
We'll see mid, can they get the jump? Dana's going to show himself. Somnus pops the Shadow Blade, turns with the Rupture. Chalice goes in with the jump, pops the BKB. Starts to punch into Ana, the blood rises down. Ana getting silenced, to be able to man to start it off. Starts to back away, the Sunstrike on X-Nova, but it's off the point. X-Nova will survive. Ana getting focused, Thompson trying to come into for the side with the combo, but the snowball again from FY, buying time for Somnus. He looks towards Seb, but he just beats into the blade belt. Seb's able to turn and get the kill. There'll be the buyback for the Bloodseeker. Ana trying to hold still, but Chalice, he's got his number. He knows exactly which one he is, Ana. Look at the doppelganger, does manage to get up to the high ground, but Somnus with the buyback, he's there, ready to claim the kill.
Those two are dead without buyback. They're down for 80 seconds. There's a Roche available too here for LGD.
Thompson's immediately down bottom.
Also pushing. Look at this army.
He's got that extra Forge Spirit summoned, and indeed with the Ancient Black Dragon, the Mud Golem, and the Cobalt, they're in. They're pushing in.
Yeah. They have to bring Chalice down here. He's the only one with the TP on his core heroes.
They get the jump. They've got the dust. Thompson can his play his way out of this FY with the control. meaning that Jerax cannot save him in time, as Jerax will TP out, no tail as well,
And
will get away.
Look at Roshan.
PSG, LGD. They'll take the chance. There we go.
And Morbling's finally at that area of HP where he's comfortable. He can do a lot of damage and still be relatively tanky and not die in a call. Seb has not been able to get these clean calls. He still does not have his BKB. He's had so many items, but that is the one key one he's been missing.
Just so much disruption being caused in the fights from this Brewmaster. Just every single time he's getting into the front lines, messing with everything LG wants to do.
Absolutely. And he's Shiba's guard closing in. John, FY, he's found himself no tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's no tail. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, he's not. There's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here if we don't tail. Azame comes in for the kill secure.
And I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. He just knows, I just need to get my ulti off. And he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for the last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
Yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage in the fight. One of the most damage in the game as an offlaner.
Now has full Shiba, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shibas. You're going to struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Jerax did his best to keep Ana alive, and but Ana wasn't able to do damage because he was ruptured. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Seb.
Oh, Ame's coming in this here.
Got to be careful who shows up top. Indeed, Jerax. He's going out on his own. He doesn't expect Ame to have this invis rune. As Ame will show himself. Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing around rupturing him.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, will find X-Nova.
Seb, and as well. Between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
He has no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He is toying with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed FY, the patience keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Ana is going to look towards the Tusk. Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Ana, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Ana's got a TP available. He's into the trees. He's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Ana, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about, a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis. Oh man, looks like he is loving the PL.
Pretty much back to a 50-50. PSG LGD 2-1 up at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. 1 game needed to secure the championship title. And at this point, they are ahead here in game 4.
No-Tail hasn't had time to gather a full army of Ancient Freaks. Right now, he just has the Ancient Black Dragon. You really want those other auras when you're at a big disadvantage in these team fights already.
Yeah, it's tough though, because Jerax doesn't want to be following around his Chen, giving him the Aghanim, so. As Thompson, he does have a Lincoln Sphere picked up, and they should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those Blink calls out as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus, full Ive Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for an Aegis to expire.
Seb, he's in. Gets the call. The character's going to get FY. There with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel them. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson, he's running away. X-Nova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tail's coming in towards the stride, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in this series that X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the Senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. He sees Ana farming these Ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The blood right silence connects. He's got the man to back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. And X-Nova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. You're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not going to have vision over here. But no, X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wars that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back here. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. Is he ready to push in? Look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen as the mid-racks are exposed. PSG LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of Rack. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're going to keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Armin. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's brought back for this one. The deafening blast onto the three of them. Knocks the back, but Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PL army's on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top rack. Somnus now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG, they have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already going, but I think trying to get some kills here, like on FY here, would be very ideal.
I mean, look how close to Brew is at 25. I mean,
So close.
With that primal split down.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball, he turns with the combo FY with the self-fuels, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail, FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary, scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know if I give the edge to this team fight. I mean, LGD are for the goal, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This could be disastrous.
We've got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. They give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience, and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't they bought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Roche right now so they can get that refresher, but it's not going to be up. And maybe will dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right? It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7, same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon discount Jeremy, so protected in O. DD did spawn, however, was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X Blade Mail call if he finds him. Especially with his BKB now, there's not that many ways to stop him.
It's just all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And the smoke, it's going to be dispelled.
Let's get dispelled. But
is in the trees. They're on the high ground. They've got the vision with the Shivas covered. Anna's on his way over. They've got the snowball down. There's the counterplay. Seb jumps in. He's able to find the call onto Chalice, but Chalice already got the BKB out. The Sunstride's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive. Seb pots the BKB. He'll try and stand his ground, but Seb, he's going to go down. No buyback on the axe. As Jarex as well, surrounded by PSG LGD. The Eon Disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
He has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these Port Spirits. On the bottom rune, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
Sienna still holding on to that buyback on Jarex. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. Can they breach through it? It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting isn't enough to hold OG in the game.
You see No Tail's already running to just, he doesn't care, he's gonna throw his life for this. So he needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will, as they get upon him. They find his life. 1 minute now without No Tail and without Seb. Thompson, Anna, and Jarex. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jarex is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
As Chalice split of course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Anna up in the skies. As this racks on the top lane will fall, the melee rack's gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana into the PL. Still able to shift back into that Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose that top racks, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Roche is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to de-ward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roche fake out.
So Anna is on top of X-Nova. The ghost is going to be there. Seb, he's in. The call, the epic, the cannonball, and FY is in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive, but he's got it up. Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis, Somnus looking to get involved. Pause the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. Got the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball over to Thompson, the self-fuels, FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in, again, up into the air, Arme straight on top of No Tail, FY will fall, Arme looking towards No Tail pops the hand of God, but No Tail beat it down by Arme and Som, there's Chalice, gets the primal split off as Anna, he's been left behind in Thompson, he's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo, can he find the angle, Jarex coming in, keeping Anna alive, Anna with the doppelganger, the deafening blast comes out onto the 2 of them, Anna trying to go in, looking for the kill, can he find it in time onto X-Nova, he's on top of him, trying to beat him down, Anna again with the doppelganger, now retreating back towards the base, as X-Nova will survive, Jarex back in, the combo, meatball down onto Chalice, but Chalice is so tanky, boss the Shiva's gone, he's on top of Jarex, Jarex is gone, Anna as well, can he really fight back against the Somnus, and X-Nova is so low. As the buyback for Jarex comes in, he's healing Anna back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on X-Nova. The cold snap down onto the charger. They find him. Arme, he's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strength, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find the ball? They can! OG are still in the game. Arme buys back immediately. But now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without 2 of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jarex onto that shrine, being able to save Anna, but Anna also toying with him with that doppel. He set the illusion, they thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's really hard to kill him.
Seb,
yeah,
he's looking straight for the play. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting. Somnus, he's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh! Doesn't get the call though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Anna, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB, Anna again with the doppelganger. There's a Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Anna will be able to force him away. They've got the head. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice got for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Arme. Big Daddy No Tail gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion though. Arme able to waveform up to the high ground. As Arme should be fine here.
Thompson's got the ghost, he's got Hex
maybe
up soon too.
Oh, the doppelganger Arme's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
He's back, real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice play from Arme.
And he buys so much time too for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jerax for the same amount of time. And that lead that PSG LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment. With these last few fights, obviously the 25s now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him too. I don't think they expected to be taken down as fast. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a reflection shot. There's no way they get this. There's no way LGD can.
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people out. They don't expect it.
It does not feel like OG are 2-racks down. At all.
The Berserker's Call now is, I mean, the AoE is
massive.
really massive now when you have that talent.
It's so hard to play against. Can PSG LGD do it? They've got the Basher now for Somnus, but just a 2K lead with those last big comeback plays from OG. Still 30 seconds without Chalice.
Double Hex coming out now for Thompson, and these 5-second BKBs. I mean, they were crushing with
Thompson's being spotted out.
Got the vision. They're on top of it. Thompson, he's in trouble. The nullifier comes out, but he got the ghost walk off as well as the Hex in time. Now, Somnus turns up. The blood runs down. Thompson! He's dead for 100. Has got the buyback available. PSG LGD will certainly look to force it out of them.
FY just with the Shadow Blade. It just, as soon as they split up, he finds the perfect opportunity there on Thompson.
You got to be careful going out on the map when FY's alive. There's every chance in the world that he's going to be watching you from the trees.
And at this point, I think for Ame, it's actually going to be very worth it for him to actually just try and burn all the mana from the Phantom Lancer, so he can't doppelganger all the time. That's causing huge issues in the team fights. And I see that Chalice is using his Dispel Magic every single cooldown on these Phantom Lancer illusions, but there's still way too many that are causing havoc in these team fights.
It's too constant. Like that doppel cooldown being 3 seconds just allows him to always be able to play around a little bit around the brew. They don't really have this crazy AoE when you look at LGD's lineup to just clear out those illusions. It's really a lot based off them just trickling them down slowly with like the Shivas and the Radiants and knowing exactly which one it is.
Yep, he doesn't have the crit talent, but now he does have crit from that Bloodthorn coming out.
It's a lot of damage that Anna can offer to the fights now.
And Brewmaster without BKB, very vulnerable. Cold Snap, Bloodthorn, Berserker's Call, there's a lot of ways that they can prevent him from getting that ult.
He just commits it from the back, just to be careful.
Make sure that he can get it off and get some damage in onto the tier 3s. Anna's going to start to try and fight against these Primal Split Brewlings. He'll be able to find one of them. He has been silenced. He'll take down the Wind Panda 2 as well by the looks of it. There's only the Earth Panda prevails. Seb jumps and he gets the call onto the Panda, popping the BKB as well, so they won't kill the Brewlings off. They do force PSG LGD away long enough that Thompson does not have to expend his buyback. It's Thompson back in the game.
But then they're utilizing the PL very well too, by replicating him and sending illusions to get some extra damage on the tower. It's just one Rax left that's holding LGD away from Mega Creeps.
And they're straight out. They're ready with the aggressive play. OG. Thompson, can he find a catch? He's close to having vision onto X-Nova.
Should be able to find X-Nova. He is stalking him. He got sights of him for a second. He was a bit far away though.
Oh, the tornado. It's got him. Thompson drops the combo down upon him. The stun comes out though. Oh, the counterplay. Jerax is there though with the heal, the tether. Keeping Thompson alive with the Invisible Blade down. Can they say with the hand of God comes through? Thompson still alive, but Chalice get the Primal Split out. He's been stunned. Thompson, the cheese, he's fine. Thompson, he goes down. They get the kill onto the Invoker. No tail. Being chased by Arme. The bash is coming through, but the blade mail was already out from Seb. He tries to get the call off. The bash, the Cataclysm isn't enough to find the kills. Anna leading forward. The Bloodthorn onto FY. Gets the kill onto FY. FY finds back straight away. Anna looking towards Somnus again. The doppelganger. Arme on top of Thompson. Thompson being saved by Jerax. Jerax with the tether. Arme turns his attention down. There's the call. Seb, he catches Arme. Arme down for 2 minutes to hang. They've got Somnus as well. Oh, gee. Double kill for Seb. The clutch buybacks coming into play. Nobody has a buyback available right now. As OG stand with 5 alive on the map, 100 seconds without the Morphling.
This doppel talent is just destroying LGD. They have no way to actually find Ana. Like Ben said, the Brewmaster's constantly using the dispel, but it's so hard to find the real PL amongst all these illusions and all this chaos of the fights with tornadoes and chaos meters and everything falling all over the place.
And look at this. The tier 3 tower falling. Ana frontlining it all. What's he scared of? The Blood Bride will come out. Chalice with the Shiva's Guard trying to initiate. But Ana, he's poking, prodding, beating down, and on the side, Thompson jumps in. Chalice gets in with the beacon, with the call. Seb, he's got the disable as a Chalice. Do they have the damage? They got on with the Chalice. He's into the snowball. FY buying time for him, but now he's vulnerable. Who's there tags? He gets Bloodthorn. Chalice buys back. Straight back into the game. Ana trying to find his attention onto X-Nova. Chalice leading forward. The Tornado going to be off the market. Only catches out the Bloodseeker, but Seb, he's looking for the follow-up. Jumps in, gets the call. The beacon, he was out in time. The Bananas on top of it. Now it's Seb's got the blade on FY. With the snowball again. Thompson, Jarax focusing the rags. Thompson gets the hex up onto X-Nova. Seb healed up by Jarax. Ana still full health at the moment as the Brewlings are pushed back to the base. OG get the bottom melee racks. As still 30 seconds to play without the Morphling in the game. They move towards the mid lane. OG, can they really get it all here? The mid racks falling. They've taken a full second set, 15 painful seconds for LGD.
They're gonna keep going. They want to claim their megas.
Another tier 3 falls. OG onto the final set of racks that LGD have left standing. Azana, he gets kicked back. He's separated from the team, but he has the double gagger. He's been ruptured. He needs help, but he needs it now. Jarek, able to turn with the hand of God. Give it that double heal. The relocate as well. Jarek gets him out. As OG will successfully disengage before that Morphling's back in, as they found both racks. Jerax will die for this one, almost certainly, as he looks to tether across, but the nullifies upon him. He has buyback though, and OG just took so much away from PSG LGD, as they only have a lone range track standing on the top lane.
I can't believe it's coming. This is only 3 racks left in this game, and one of them is a range racks on the side of LGD. Buyback status. I saw X that was buyback. It was only like 600 or 700, which is crazy. But Jerax also kind of in that same net worth territory, looking at a very cheap buyback. But 2 in the game left. IO and the PL. PL is almost unkillable at this point. Like even without the Wisp, it's still really difficult. With the Wisp, just don't even try.
We'll see this again. It's a save here from Jerax.
The control is just not there, and they don't have the way to kill all these illusions constantly. And of course, look at Jerax coming in, starts that relocate channel, and is able to get it off. No one gets the control on him.
Keeping it cool at the time that it means the most, but he's still able to crack a smile here in Game 4 of the TIA Grand Finals. OG making a stand, now leading 9K advantage in net worth. LD able to join us.
I don't believe they actually have any 4 staffs on the side of LG. That's generally how you deal with a Scythe of Ice. And I think they can get a Scythe of Ice on the core, get a blink call, and that hero is likely dead without buyback at this point. So OG, I would say, definitely favorite at this point of the game, especially with PL having buyback. LGD, they have a couple minutes to think about what they want to do before this next Roshan.
Yeah, they can't be totally reliant on FY just getting these perfect snowball saves, or even like I saw in the last fight too when it was down bottom. He even tried like Walrus kicking the IO away from when he was tethered from somebody else. They need to find some other ways to be able to save, in particular that Brewmaster, who is just time and time again is the most important hero, it does seem, for LGD.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they do with the BKB call. The snowball is the only thing, but they have Bloodthorns, they have Scythe of Ice for the Tusk, they have a lot of things available. Maybe Aeon does perhaps for Brewmaster. I'm not exactly sure what the best way for him to deal with it is. Looks like he is going for an Augury perhaps for almost permanent.
The sentry's down now. They see Thompson, but Thompson, he's already quick with the play. The Tornado into EMP, Cogsnap as well, they've got the Hex, but there won't be any further jumping. They just poke at Arme.
They're trying to make space.
They got the Mega Creeps.
That's the distraction play right there.
Up against the Mega Creeps. PSG LGD, it's what stands between them and the championship title here in Game 4.
And they got it right before that wave, before that 59-minute mark too. So we already have the mega creep wave coming in, that momentum pushing onto LGD's side.
And you look at their lineup, can PSG LGD's heroes deal with the mega creeps? It's hard. They don't really have that sort of incredible D push or AoE sort of hard hitters to deal with it.
That's kind of what they've been lacking in a lot of this game, right? That's what we've been talking about with the illusions with the PL. They've got ways to find them or ways to kill them if they find the exact one, but as for doing that, it's very tough when they don't have just the Dispel from Chalice.
And he does too much damage to ignore at this point with the Bloodthorn. And on top of that, Roshan is going to respawn in about 1 minute's time. LGD, I think their buybacks are going to cool down around that time, but I just don't think they can withstand this onslaught. They really want to be able to defend this Roshan. It's super obvious when there's mega creeps. With mega creeps, that's the luxury that you have. You can just wait a couple of seconds. You know, the creeps will be hitting at your T4s if you wait.
As Ana commits forward, has no boots, but a full Eye of Scotty. 3,800 health now on this PL, who hasn't been dying for a very long time. Now he's got easier ways, easier kill opportunity, and much more survivability.
Yeah, he probably has like maybe 7,000, 8,000 HP effective with the butterfly evasion and the heal, and overcharge, and the Hand of God is just way too much. And the lifesteal from Shen too, another ability.
OG is clearing out the pit. Very, very soon to be spawning. Roshan and PSG LGD are well aware.
Roshan's up. Looks like only OG will.
Arme, Ana. He's losing action. Arme's gonna get caught out by the tornado though. They've opened up onto him. Arme trying to get on top of Ana. The BKB popped by Chalice. He'll get the ult out. No-Tail getting gone out straight away by M5 with the snowball. No-Tail's dead for 100. They'll get the Chen. Ana in the midst of it, trying to lock down onto FY. The rest of his team about to come over to get the tornado. Out onto X over Seb, looking for the cool control onto Arme. Has he got it? Arme getting stood up by the cool Seb, but he's able to wait for him. The Hyper Thompson blinks in. He gets the hex out, but FY with the snowball save. They get the bash out. Solus will be able to find the IO, but they're fully low LGD. That's Solus dead for 2 minutes. They get Thompson. Thompson dead for 2 minutes. Only Ana. Ana, can he do it here? Is it our Belcher? Lifetime as 3 dead now on LGD. No buyback. Sep will fall. Ana kept alive at the back of that fight, as that very much looked like PSG LGD were able to tip OG over the edge, but that plus 100 Berserker score, you could see Seb as well being very careful with how he used it, keeping it to that opportune moment after any potential sort of Manta dodges have been done by Solus Arme, and he gets the call.
9 doppelgangers using it just in that area around the Ancients from the PL. Just the constant barrage of illusions giving that distraction to allow Sep to get that call off.
And that's another Roshan for OG.
These fights have to be so hectic for the players. There's like 30 PLs.
There's just both sides. I mean, even the Enchantress is like taking a PL, and then the Morphling turns into PL.
I'm just impressed we haven't had any frame drops. You know?
It's true.
Azana down the middle lane.
Just walking down with a DD.
The tier 4s. Ana says he's done with this. He wants to end this game. The buyback will come out from FY. Ana. It's going to be snowballed. Ana. He's in. He's not got any backup on the way. FY will be able to get out with the invis, but this doppelganger just over and over again, meaning that Ana could just stand in. Now he's got the backup of Jerax's eye. He gets Hex! Oh, he didn't expect it! He didn't expect the Hex, but he's still fine! Jerax had the Otis, but X-Nova into the snowball. They'll turn towards Jerax. The Hanagon coming out. Jerax has been nullified. They hit doppelganger once again. X-Nova. He will survive for now. But buybacks were forced out by that aggressive play from Ana. At the same time, Seb did buyback himself on the axe. But LGD are back up as a full 5-man.
Jesus, this is insane.
I mean, Ana was super safe there. I'm not exactly sure why I said buyback, but I mean, he has heart, he has Wisp behind him, he has Aegis, he has everything. His buyback.
And as you can see there, that is the big difference. There are 4 buybacks available on OG. Only 1 available for LGD.
All this momentum pushing in. And an Arcane Rune up top. If they give that to Ana, oh my god. Even more illusions, even more doppels.
Oh,
Let's go.
that is
2.1 second cooldown.
2.1 second cooldown.
Oh, man.
Okay. Azana,
This is it.
he's ready to put it to use. Straight into the base he goes, doubling forward, he gets the jump onto X-Nova, the Ghost Scepter keeping X-Nova fine for now. Anna looking to turn his commitment towards Arme, Thompson comes in with a Deafening Blast from the side, the EMP finishes X-Nova off, he's dead for 110 Seb, pods the BKB, looks for the cool control onto FY, but FY does get the snowball off in time. Arme looking on top of Jarrett, but Thompson turns, they get the Hex out onto him, he'll get himself back into the ball, the BKB's out in time as Arme cuts down Nojo with a waveform, finds the kill. Anna looking to get on top of Arme, the BKB's about to wear off, the Mega Creep speeding down upon the edge of the LG. Seb in again. The call on top of Arme. Arme dead for 2 minutes. The challenge. BKB pop. And he's trying to commit, trying to deal with Van Anna being silenced by the blood right. But the ancient is falling. The Hex is out. They're going to be able to find themselves challenged. 3 down on LGD. OG hitting the ancient. Hitting the ancient. We're going live. We are going to a game 5 here at the TIA Grand